Let's go over how you do the Tunisian purl stitch. To start, I'm gonna make a slip knot, and we can chain any number of stitches. And then, like every Tunisian crochet project, we're gonna start with a row of the Tunisian simple stitch. So I'm gonna go over this super quickly, but if you want a review or more in-depth tutorial of it, you can watch right here. But for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip the chain over and work in the back bumps. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put my hook in the back bump here and then just yarn over, pull up a loop. And this counts as 2 stitches. We're just gonna do that all the way down the chain. Okay, now that we have all the loops picked up on our hook, we're just gonna return pass as normal. So we're gonna yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2, all the way down the hook until we have 1 loop left. Okay, so now that we have our foundation of our Tunisian crochet, we can now do a Tunisian purl stitch. So to do the purl stitch, we're going to actually put our yarn in front of our hook. You can kind of hold it there with your right hand. Then we're gonna work a Tunisian simple stitch like normal. So we're gonna go in the vertical bar, but you can see our yarn is in front here. So now once you insert your hook into the vertical bar, we're gonna wrap the yarn around. Use your thumb to hold that yarn down because it can kind of be hard to pull through when that yarn is in your way. Yarn over and pull through that stitch like a normal Tunisian crochet simple stitch. But we created this little knot here with having our yarn in the front, and that is a Tunisian purl stitch. So again, we're gonna move the yarn to be in front of our hook, keep it there as we essentially do a normal Tunisian crochet simple stitch. Once we insert our hook, we're gonna move the yarn around to the back, hold it with our thumb, yarn over, pull up a loop, and there are 2 purl stitches. So quicker, in front of our hook, insert the hook, wrap it back around, yarn over, and pull through. And that is how you do a Tunisian purl stitch. Pretty easy. It can be a little bit more challenging since you have to hold onto it with your left hand to make sure the yarn doesn't get in your way, but it can create a really cool texture in your patterns. And you can see it looks fairly similar to a knitting purl stitch, so that is why it is called that. So I'm gonna just work all the way down the row. Working the last Tunisian stitch as normal, we're gonna go into the last stitch, having those 2 bars at the end there, yarn over, pull up a loop. You can see we Tunisian purl stitch the entire way down. So now we return pass, and how you do that is you're just doing a normal return pass of yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 all the way down the row. And there we have a row of the Tunisian purl stitch. I will do a few more rows just so you can see what it looks like with multiple rows, and then we'll go over how you can finish off the purl stitch to make it look a bit more uniform at the top, because you can see we have some holes at the top here. That doesn't necessarily look good to finish the project off with. Okay, so here are a few more rows so you can kind of see what it starts to look like. So now we're gonna talk about how you fasten off the top so you don't have these holes here. You're gonna do exactly what you have been doing. Put the yarn in the front, work the Tunisian purl stitch, but instead of leaving this loop on your hook, we're actually going to pull it through like a slip stitch to finish the stitch off. So do another purl stitch, but then pull it through the loop on your hook. Purl stitch, pull it through. And it creates a nice fasten off up at the top versus what it looks like over here. And you just work that all the way down the row. And then once you get to the very last Tunisian stitch, we're just gonna go into the stitch as normal, working in those 2 stitches at the end, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then just slip stitch. And there you go. That is how you do the Tunisian purl stitch. Let me know if there are any other Tunisian crochet tutorials you'd like to see. You can also check out my playlist of all of my other Tunisian crochet tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!